Hello, everybody. My name is Liam. I'm the managing director of Summerfall Studios, and I'm here to show you a little bit of Malys's gameplay. At the beginning of every run, we start with an encounter with the angel. The angel is helping us for some reason unbeknownst to us, and as we progress through the story of the game, as we continue through runs, gain more information, the beginning of each run will change over time. I'm going to go through this pretty quickly. You can always stop and read if you want to and pause. But I want to get to all of the gameplay in the exorcisms. All of these are written by David Gaider, our creative director, who you might have heard of, and Ben Jelena, who was another writer on the project. It was a lot of fun to work with him. We had a lot of fun in general. Moving into the world map, obviously you can see this is what we've got an artificially inflated run at the moment here. It's quite long, but let's jump in to what we call a standard encounter. So at the beginning of each exorcism, we have what we call a storylit prelude internally. So basically, we hear and read a little bit about this situation. We learn about the victim, the host, and maybe a little bit about the demon. These preludes evolve over time. As we progress through the story, as we gain more experience, we learn more about these. We repeat them each time in a different order, and they each have their own stories that evolve. This then leads into an exorcism, where you'll see the exposed thing pop up twice because this is a game in progress and there are bugs. In the first stage of a regular exorcism, we cannot see the name of the demon, we can't see what it's doing next, and we see this timer up in the top left. At the end of that timer, the demon's going to do a special action, so we want to avoid that special action. So we're going to start by playing some cards. And the way that we play cards is by burning them first. So you can see we have no candles here. We're going to burn a card, which will give us one lit candle. And now you'll see that we can play all of these cards. So let's do some damage. As you see, we can't see exactly how much health the demon has at this point, but we're going to keep knocking away at it. Ooh, I should have played that. Wrath is very cool. I'll show you in a minute. Then we'll end our turn, and it'll be the demon's turn. The demon's going to take an action. In this case, I probably should have shielded and used ward. But one feature that's pretty unique to Malys is allies. So we're going to summon the priest. The priest's ability is that for each card that I play of cost 1 or lower, he is going to deal 1 additional damage. So if this deals 6 damage, he is now going to deal an additional 1, which is a handy card to have over time. Ouch. All right. So predicting that maybe that's going to happen again, let's ward ourselves. And because it was a cost 1 card, you'll see that the priest did some damage. And let's add some wrath to ourselves. So in this case, wrath will add 1 damage to every instance of damage we do, which can stack over time and be very helpful within an exorcism. So because I then had ward up, thankfully the demon took that damage from ward rather than my health. Now let's apply shackle. So shackle will ensure that any damage the demon does next turn is halved. So here. Now we're going to enter into the next phase. The demon reveals itself, and suddenly we can see its intent. So it's going to do a debuff next round to us. The music kicks in, things start to heat up. Here, I'm gonna let's do this, because now we know that for each instance of damage we deal, we're now going to deal 1 additional damage. So this is actually going to deal 12 damage. There, the demon debuffed us with Drain, which actually we're about to cut because it's not working the way we want. Such is the way of an in-progress game. There was a piece of VFX that was missing there that we're currently working on to explain what is happening. But let's give ourselves some more wrath. Now you'll note that on this card, it says apply 2 wrath instead if 3 candles are lit. So if we make sure that we have an additional candle lit, if this works correctly, hey, we now have 3 wraths. So now this card should now deal 9 damage. So it's just warded itself with 10. So we're going to, and it's going to buff itself next turn, so we don't need to worry about damage. So we are going to boom, 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 boom. We love Wrath. Currently, it's a little overpowered. It's a little easy for us to get, but it's fun for showing how the game works. So it just buffed itself and did a little bit of damage to us. So it fortified itself, which means that its ward is not going to go away at the end of its turn if it wards itself. So it's going to do that. It's going to ward itself. So we're going to continue. Let's first add more Wrath. Oh, so close. This is the endure phase. So now it's going to retain that ward through the next couple of turns. We probably want to ensure that it can't do that. So we're going to use boom. And it's almost dead. As I mentioned, Wrath right now, bit overpowered. It's a little bit easy to get. That will be fixed for launch, obviously. But here, it means that we can go boom. And the demon is exorcised from the host. So now we get to pick from the card. So I'm going to pick Holy Flare. Thank you so much. We really appreciate your support over the next few days. Anything you can do to share around the Kickstarter is greatly appreciated. We can't wait to show you Malys, and I hope you've enjoyed watching. Thank you so much.